y'all get tired of all my quotes, but a compliment from a fool is an insult. An insult from a fool is a compliment. So I know who I am, I know who our program is, and we're going to stay the course and we're going to get out of this.
We never get tired of those quotes, Coach Traylor. He's a cold open machine every week. You know what? He should write a book with his quotes and Traylor-isms. I think it would certainly be a bestseller. Good evening, everyone, and welcome live to your Wednesday night edition of KSAT Sports Now. The San Antonio Spurs spread some joy in the Hill Country today, and KSAT 12 Sports was there. Since the deadly floods that rocked the Texas Hill Country during the summer, so many people have stepped up to help in the recovery process. The NFL and Major League Baseball have made big contributions. And here at home, the Spurs have also done their part. A member of the Spurs organizations, well, they were on hand at Ingram Tom Moore High School earlier today, including head coach Mitch Johnson and several of his players, practically the entire team, including Victor Wembanyama. Mary Rominger was there with more on today's Spurs outreach to the community.
Larry, talk about an unforgettable experience. When the Hunt Middle School and Ingram Tom Moore High School students filed into the gym, they had no idea they were about to be in the presence of the San Antonio Spurs. Now, the crowd was warmed up with the Hype Squad and Coyote, and when Victor Wembanyama came peeking out of the locker room, the crowd went crazy and the noise was deafening.
I can't even explain my emotions when I saw him come out of the locker room.
We didn't have any idea that this was gonna happen.
I was hyped up. Yes, I was hyped up.
I came out pretty loud, like I was screaming and things, but they were really loud. They kind of like, you know, but it was kind of like, you know, we feed off each other. I feel like they made this literally an unforgettable moment. Like I would never forget being here.
Started putting this plan together about a month ago. We had to broke through a lot of hoops, get some different stuff arranged, make sure the security was good, you know, for them to get something out of the visit and also us to get something out of the visit. But the experience in here today was amazing. I mean, anytime that you have professional athletes in your gym with a crowd that's packed like that and we get to share it between two communities, Ingram and Hunt, it was an unbelievable experience.
Now, the Spurs came into the gym with a different perspective after just having toured the area devastated by the July 4th floods. And Keldon Johnson told us it was an eye-opening experience.
To really, you know, see the effect that was taking place and see being able to talk to somebody that experienced it and the time frame and how quick everything happened and how it happened so quick, and then the damage is gonna last forever. Like this will never be forgotten. So being able to really come up here and you know experience something like this with some of the families here that have been affected and the whole community here, and being with the kids is something I would never forget myself in life.
Just wanted the guys to be educated on a lot of the things that happen and get a firsthand kind of articulation of some people that were actually experiencing that evening, and through the chief of fire and some of the people working that evening and morning.
Well, after the Spurs put on a show and made everyone in that gym smile, they took selfies with the students, gave away their shoes, signed, even their jerseys, making for memories to last a lifetime for this community. Mary Rominger, KSAT 12 Sports.
Oh, thank you, Mary. Well done. Yesterday, we learned of a new fan project spearheaded by Wemby. And if you want to join this new group, you will need to wake up early to audition. This Sunday at the Frostbank Center and the Freeman Expo Hall from 7 to 9 a.m., the loudest and most dedicated Spurs fans are encouraged to show up to make the new fan supporters section for upcoming home games. There's no official name for the new group yet, and you do have to RSVP online to try out per the Spurs release. Wemby shared his thoughts on this new supporter section yesterday through the Spurs organization.
So how is this going to come together? You know, I guess trial and error, because it's all of us our first time doing that. But we're gonna hold a, what do you call, like a selection, you know, try to notice who are the very most dedicated amongst the dedicated, you know, and hold tryouts, have practices just like we do with the team, you know, and figure out what chants we want, you know, what name, what logo, and what messages we want to tell the world in the NBA. So this is how it's going to go.
You kind of excited about that?
Of course I am. Of course I am. I mean, it's a project that I've had for a long time. You know, an idea. It's been an idea, and now it's a project, and I'm very excited for it to just be more than something up there in the head. You know, something real.
And that was some of the sights and sounds from the joint pep rally for UTSA and UIW at the Pearl last night. The Roadrunners have had a rough start to the season and want to get that first win under their belts, but it's not going to be easy going up against the Cardinals in the Dome Saturday. So are there similarities between the Cardinals and the Texas State Bobcats?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it depends on what Clint decides to do. He's got a bye week, so he's got 2 weeks. So is he going to go 12 personnel and try to run over us? Is he going to go spread and throw it around? Is he going to tempo? Is he not going to tempo? I'm sure he's watching this and he's probably laughing because we're all trying to figure all that stuff out, right? He's really good. He's a good coach. He's had a great career. He's got a good football team. He's got a really good quarterback. He's got a really good running back. He's got good wide receivers. He's got a good offensive line. They got a good scheme. They got a history of winning, and they've had this game circled for a long time. So we know what we're getting into Saturday, and our kids got to be ready to roll.
Ready to roll indeed. UIW had an extra week to get healthy and rest up during their bye week. The Cardinals are 1-1 this season. They went through drills with elevated crowd noise during practice yesterday to get them ready for a rowdy Alamo Dome atmosphere. And at the same time, UIW is not buying in on any extra hype for this matchup. They are focused on themselves and doing their jobs.
Yeah, I mean, we're not worried about surviving a storm, to be totally honest with you, Vinny. We are focused on doing our job and executing our job. I think that's one thing that we did week 0 is we worried about all these other things that aren't reality that could possibly happen. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna have an opportunity to do our job, to execute and operate our job. You know, we got to protect the quarterback. We got to make good decisions at quarterback, and we can't have pre-snap penalties on offense. And then on defense, we got to get lined up, and we got to be efficient tacklers. Those are the things that we can control, and that's what we're going to be focused on.
A little more on Henry. What's the challenge in kind of trying to slow him down some?
Yeah, I mean, he's a stud. I mean, he's going to get he's going to get his touches. He's going to make some things happen off script. Maybe the ball's not supposed to hit at that point, and he bounces it and makes a play. It is what it is. It's kind of that bend, don't break mentality. And then again, be efficient tacklers. When you got a chance to bring him down, don't go for a big hit. Don't go for an arm tackle. Be good in your fundamentals. Coach Gush is obviously a veteran of this game, so that's something that you got to hop on and you know, be steadfast in your fundamentals.
All right, here is the matchup. It is Incarnate Word at UTSA Saturday, 2:30 p.m. at the Alamo Dome. You know, 20 years ago, we didn't have football programs for UTSA or UIW. It was a slow process to get those programs going. And down in South Texas, UTRGV has begun their own program. The Vaqueros won their first game 66-0 against Sul Ross State. Then last weekend, they won 27-21 against Prairie View A&M. It's a great start for a young program, and there are ties to San Antonio.
It just gives me the opportunity to be out here and be around these kids, and it gives me exciting. You know, my tail's wagging every morning when I get up. I'm in a 3-point stance to come out here and just be around these kids and like I said, be a part of their journey and watch the building of this program. And certainly this is history in the making. I mean, how would anybody pass up the opportunity to come out here and just be a part of history?
There's no shortage of history being made for the UTRGV football team. The program is off to a 2-0 start to the season after defeating its first D1 opponent on the road. Leading the program is Travis Bush, former Seguin and New Braunfels Canyon head football coach. And you just heard from Travis' dad, Bruce, who is on his staff. Travis talked to KSAT 12 about what going to work with his dad really means to him.
You've got to be a recruiter, so what was your recruiting pitch to your father Bruce when you say, "Hey, Dad, I got this kind of interesting position I have for you on the UTRGV staff," and how did he take that pitch?
Oh, it was cool. You know, it's opportunity again. You know, we've been in this business, and they've lived down here for 20 years, and you know, so we never saw each other much. So an opportunity to be around each other, and for him to get back around the game, and that's the piece he missed the most. It's just the camaraderie with the team and the coaches. So you know, give him an opportunity to come up and really help the young coaches on our staff. He's done it for so long. He's been a phenomenal coach, and you know, especially with details and management and working with kids and working with the people. So he's a value asset for us too, just from as a mentor piece as well. But it's been fun to see him every day and have him around. And you know, I always joke he gave me my first job out of college, and it's only fitting I give him his last.
That's funny. The Vaqueros are quickly making a name for themselves. They're back home for week 3. They'll take on Langston at 7 p.m. on Saturday, and all games can be seen on ESPN+.
How important is this game for y'all?
This game is pretty big. You know, stacking these wins on top of each other is a big thing. You know, and we got Westlake right after, so it's really big this week for us.
Ather week of high school football, and week 3 we'll have another great game of the week featuring Steele and Brandeis. We got your preview, and it's the return of our Scholar Athlete of the Week. KSAT Sports Now returns live and next. You know, time seems to fly by so fast once football season starts. Week 3 is already here, and we have another great matchup for you in our game of the week. Let's start with the Brandeis Broncos. Brandeis is rolling into their week 3 matchup, fresh off a 48-46 triple overtime win against Sotomayor. The Broncos opened the season by beating O'Connor 42-38. As you can see, that's a lot of offensive success to make the Broncos 2-0. Now they face another 2-0 team in the Steel Knights.
You know, it feels great. You know, we came out first half pretty good. Our defense held their offense, but second half, you know, they bring it to us, but we kept fighting. You know, 3 overtimes, we got it.
What do you know about the Steel team?
You know, they're pretty known around the state, but we're honestly ready. I mean, I feel like us as a team, we're pretty strong, and we've been fighting a lot these past 2 games.
Is it important to face them right now in the season? I mean, just to get that measurement for your district?
Honestly, I think it is, because, you know, they're known as a great team in San Antonio, and you know, we want to be up there, and we believe we are up there. And you know, I think this is a great opportunity, you know, off season, and then we got district next week, so it's good. I think it's good.
We're willing to practice all day. You can see as everyone just putting that work in. You know, we're really dedicated to win this game. We really want to win this game. It'll show lots of talent for us, you know.
This district that we're in is tough. I mean, there's no game, no week off, if you will. So this game is very important to us to just get better at what we do and facing these tough opponents, because we know in our district that it's going to be tough every week in and every week out.
What did you learn about your guys over the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, so we're growing, and I know offensively, you know, we brought back a few guys, but defensively we have a young team, and so each week what we tell these guys is to just get better at what you do and learn from your mistakes, and let's grow in that. So I think that with this time, you know, we're getting to where we need to be.
Both teams are capable of putting up big points. The Steel Knights will try to push around the Brandeis Broncos in our game of the week Friday night. The Knights are 2-0 after winning at Liberty Hill in week 1, 45-10, and then beating Reagan last week at home, 28-13. It's going to be another tough non-district opponent for the Knights.
Definitely a big part of our momentum. You know, Reagan's definitely a top team in San Antonio, you know, so taking them down was definitely a big thing for us.
Being 2-0 going into this game before district play, how important is this game for y'all?
This game is pretty big. You know, stacking these wins on top of each other is a big thing. You know, and we got Westlake right after, so it's really big this week for us.
What do you know about Brandeis?
They got a pretty good quarterback. You know, he can rush, he can throw the ball. They're a very disciplined team. You know, they draw a lot of defensive lines offsides a lot. You know, that's a thing of theirs, and they have a pretty talented tight end.
They're a very, very talented team. A lot of teams underestimate them. Well, we don't. So coming into this game expecting another fight. So.
Is this the kind of test y'all need, you know, y'all them and your Westlake before you start district play? Are these the kind of games you need to get under your belt?
Yes, sir. I believe so, because once you get to those playoff games, that's when a like Brandeis, like an underestimated team that can make the playoffs and beat a team that underlooks them, that can upset you. So I feel like it's a good look for us.
Yeah, I mean, they're a very well coached team. They're explosive on offense. I think they're averaging 45 points a game. They do a great job of running the ball. Quarterback takes care of the football, and he can run as well. He finds open receivers, and defensively they're sound. They play with with great tenacity, and they fly to the football, and they're physical just like they are every year. So I expect another 4-quarter game this week, and I wouldn't expect anything else.
On Friday night, it's Brandeis and Still at Lenhoff Stadium at 7:30 p.m. Still has won their last 2 games with a combined score of 73-23. And for Brandeis, this is their final non-district tune-up before starting district play September 27th. They will enjoy a bye week between games. Let's check out our road trip for week 3. Cotulla will start off at Pearsall. Both teams are 1-1. Natalia is at Devine. Both teams are also 1-1 on the young season. And Bandera is at Lytle. Bandera is looking to start 3-0, and Lytle is coming off their first win of the season.
My favorite memory from my time in high school is probably the first time I went to a state championship game.
After the break, we'll show you our first Scholar Athlete of the Week for the fall 2025 semester. KSAT Sports Now. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Lena Garcia. I am from Holy Cross High School, and I am this week's KSAT 12 Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Lena is the captain and 2-year starter on the varsity volleyball team and a 4-year starter and 2-year captain on the varsity softball team, playing third base. She was named All-State and All-Tournament in the TAP Softball State Tournament 2 years in a row. She was also named second-team All-District in volleyball. Lena is the Vice President of the Student Council, a member of the National Honor Society, the co-founder of the Women's Ministry Group, co-editor of the student newspaper, and is a student ambassador. She maintains a 3.9 GPA and is ranked 16th in her class. Lena plans to attend college and major in behavioral neuroscience. Thanks, Lena, for being KSAT 12 Scholar Athlete of the Week, presented by Christus Children's. We love our Scholar Athlete of the Week segments, and with the creation of KSAT Sports Now, we get to learn more about these amazing senior student athletes. We have some new questions for them this year, so let's find out more about Lena Garcia.
My favorite memory from my time in high school is probably the first time I went to a state championship game. And just the bus ride over there, it was so quiet and I had so much chills and there was so much nervousness, so much emotion, so much feeling. And that was probably one of my favorite memories. Just looking back at it, how much I felt for the sport, it really showed me how much I love and care for it. I'm just so excited to experience everything one last time. And it's kind of like all the work you've had your whole kind of life is coming up to be finally paid for and everything's coming to an end. I'm planning to play collegiate ball. I hopefully will play softball, and I want to major in behavioral neuroscience.
Why do you want to do that?
I like behavioral neuroscience because psychology has always been a big thing in my life. I'm obsessed with learning how the brain works, why your mind works in a certain way, just the way the cognitive functions of your whole body. It interests me so much. It really is something I'm passionate towards. I'm definitely transparent about it. I feel like it's very hard. It's something that's hard to do. If you are a person that puts your all into both things, it's something that's hard to balance. And honestly, you really just have to get through it. You just have to go dedicate your time to your work and to your athletics. You got to split it up, and you just got to stay consistent with it and not let yourself get overwhelmed by everything. The most influential person in my life is 100% my sister. She's everything I wish I was in a person. She's such a kind-hearted, and she's so herself. She's such the person that she's so confident in who she is, and that's always what I've adored about her. She marches to her own drum, and she just does everything the way she wants to. I just want to tell my parents how thankful I am. I love them to death. I adore everything that they do for me. They're just the type of parents that if I need anything, they're there in an instant. My dad is here right now with me. He could be at work, he could be anywhere, and he chose to be here with me. My parents, I adore them. They would drop anything for me, and I love them. I hope they know that.
We're a team that plays better when we're having fun and being competitive and teasing each other a little bit. I think we play best when we're having fun on the court.
The Harlan volleyball team is off to a hot start and looking to win a third straight district championship. Mary Rominger will have that team feature tomorrow night on KSAT Sports Now. And don't forget, you can catch up on many features and extended interviews that we streamed online. Just go to the sports section on KSAT.com and look for the KSAT Sports Now page. We post videos, articles, and full episodes Monday through Friday, so make sure to check it out and catch up on the best local sports coverage in San Antonio. And it's time for us to say goodbye because that's it for us tonight. You can catch a replay of the show tonight at 10:35 on KSAT Plus. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you right here tomorrow night at 7 for KSAT Sports Now.